Virginia Beach Sportsplex, the site Harold Hershimer Field as Virginia Beach United. The final home game of the USL League 2 season, yes, they have a friendly coming up, but the final home game of league play. Big implications, I can't talk already, on the line. I'm Isaac Berkey, he's Nick King. VBU comes in. An opportunity to do something that they have not done yet, and that is touch the USL League 2 playoffs, Nick, but also VBU coming in 6-1-1 on the season. They have an opportunity to set a franchise record for wins in a season as well.
Yeah, a lot on the line for Virginia Beach United tonight. It really controls its own destiny as we head down the stretch for the remainder of USL 2 play. With a win tonight, Virginia Beach maintains a 3-point lead over Charlottesville Blues FC, who drew in a match at Nova this afternoon. The path is simple. Win and you claim first place. Win 3 of 4, including that one against Charlottesville, and you're in the playoffs. Virginia Beach United controls its own destiny, and that destiny can be brightened or dimmed tonight with a win or loss against Christos FC.
And the opponent, you mentioned Christos, comes in 2-2-4 on the season, sitting in 5th place in the Chesapeake Division. These two teams met earlier in the year, a 1-1 draw, but Christos, a team that just seems to have had Virginia Beach's number over the course of the club's history. Christos winning 3 of 5 matchups. VBU looking to change the tide and shift that this year.
These matchups are often unpredictable, Isaac. The first matchup this year was a 1-1 draw, as you mentioned. The one man that scored in that match for United, Alexander Moody, is not playing tonight, still dealing with an ankle injury. But Christos has handed Virginia Beach its 2 worst losses in franchise history. A year ago, a 7-0 loss in Baltimore, and 2 years ago, a 6-0 loss. Virginia Beach, if they can come out disciplined and beat a Christos team they somehow always struggle against, would be a huge accomplishment, even though Christos is sitting in 5th place. And even for Christos, a win tonight keeps him alive for postseason contention mathematically.
You mentioned those 2 games where Christos combined to score 13 goals against VBU. Fireworks aplenty. These 2 teams, they've met 5 times, averaging 3.5 goals total in the game. This VBU offense has shown it can score. Christos, defensively and offensively, they've shown they can score. But for VBU defensively, there's only 2 teams in USL 2 that have allowed fewer goals than VBU has this season.
United's defense has been stout, and the numbers back it up. You've seen it last week against the Marauders, and that has a lot to do with Griffin Potter, who allows 0.5 goals allowed on average per match. He started all 7 games, making his 8th start tonight. Making his 9th start, started all 8 games, and he's recorded 4 shutouts, which is the best in the Chesapeake Division. The defense has been fantastic, and especially against a Christos team that can score, it's going to be important for United to maintain some discipline on the back line.
And so with that, we are going to pause quickly for the national anthem. We'll be back with starting lineups and more in just a moment. VBU puts their 6-1-1 record on the line, hosting Christos from the Virginia Beach Sportsplex. Opening kickoff coming up in just a few moments.
Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise, and gentlemen, remove your caps as we honor America, remembering our young men and women proudly wearing our nation's uniform in harm's way around the world. Our national anthem. Can you see by the dawn's early light what the world beheld at twilight's last gleaming, whose black stars rise dark through the perilous night, for the
We see the teams at midfield. Opening kickoff moments away. VBU and Christos FC. Christos in the gray jerseys, black shoulders, black shorts. VBU, the blue, fading into red. Starting lineups for this one quickly we'll run through, starting with the visitors. Samuel Koss, the keeper, making his first appearance of the season. Adrian Wheaton-Shop, Anthony Schlee, Tyler Tucker, Dominic Colon, Kyle Dixon, Josh Morgan, Spencer Hanks, Landon Lackner, Ike Gabizwu, and Michael Johnson rounding out the starting 11 for the visitors. Nick, take it away with VBU.
In net for VBU, already kind of spoiled it. It's Griffin Potter. On the back line, Franco Tridati, Bomba Hermoso, Josh Condit, and Jonathan Lighting. In the midfield, it's Campbell Stalker replacing Alexander Moody in his absence. Cooper Kieran and PK Stoffel. And playing on attack, it's Ethan Taylor, Juan Valiente, and Sammy Murphy.
For VBU, we've talked about the defensive prowess briefly. Offensively for this team, we've seen a few things kind of mix up, a few guys in and out, but this starting line for VBU up front proved dangerous against the Marauders. What do you expect to see from them as we get things underway here at the start of this one?
I expect to see them dangerous once more. Although Christos does sit in 5th place, it has allowed the 3rd most goals in the Chesapeake Division at 15, and it's without a lot of its regular starters tonight. Virginia Beach United also down their leading scorer, Alexander Moody, but Taylor and Murphy, as you mentioned, have proved to be viable threats on the offensive side of the ball. I expect them to come out shooting and expect some early scores in this one, as is in rhythm with all matchups played against Christos FC.
And we mentioned those 2 big defeats last year. Of course, not the same, or over the last 2 years, not the same Christos team, but something to throw out with those. The man who led the Christos attack in both those matches, Taylor Calhera, he's playing professionally now. So both these sides have experience sending players to the next level. But VBU has to breathe a sigh of relief knowing they're not seeing him bearing down after a hat trick against them last year in Baltimore.
Big relief for Virginia Beach. He, I don't believe, traveled to that road game at United where VBU won 4-0. However, Bomba Hermoso and Franco Tridati, Jonathan Lighting, those familiar with the now professional, have to be thrilled that their matchups tonight are seemingly on paper a little bit easier.
Christos will have the opening kickoff. VBU, an opportunity to see just how this one's going to shake out. 90 minutes and an opportunity to claim the top spot in the Chesapeake Division by coming away with a win for VBU, controlling their own fate. We are underway as Christos just kind of plays it back, slowly letting things calm down. They're going to give it back to the keeper, Koss. Swings around. Abizwo. Turned over, chance, Valiente. Has Kieran there. They try to play it through, and Murphy was looking for the quick pass over. But this VBU attack applying pressure early on. Murphy a step in. Tapped through. Hanks, not Tom. Plays around. Christos towards midfield line, and Tridati steps up. Taps that one and goes out for a throw-in for the visitors.
United's defense applying pressure early, something that they've done all year. A little aggressive as well. Both Kieran and Tridati coming up to within about 10 yards outside the box. Virginia Beach trying to assert its dominance early.
Abizwo had some time early, gets time there, gives a cross. Gives to Morgan. On the run, tries a feed down the line. Tridati there. Ball taken out by Stalker. Played off a foot. Trying to chase it down for Christos. Pulled back out. And VBU in danger. Ball goes out. Tridati looked like he was almost out. Nifty play to keep it in. He's going to run away from the Christos side, send over to Taylor. One man pressures, cross, sent Murphy on the run, left foot, centering feed, there. Shot blocked right in front. Good opportunity denied.
United, as we mentioned and as we expected, shots early, and that one a great look off the right boot of the Virginia Beach attackman.
As Stoffel, the opportunity that was foiled in front, that one going to go out, and it'll be a corner kick for VBU, deflected on the long shot, but the good cross from Taylor and the opportunity for VBU right off the bat, getting chances moving along, and we'll see what they can make of this set piece as Trodati strides over to take it.
And a nice play by Koss, the goalkeeper for Christos, on that shot by Stalker. A little bit of a broken play there. He was drawn out to his right, had to move all the way back to his left to make the save, and it was a rocket off the foot of the Siena College commit.
In towards the top, header up, knocked out by Morgan. Stoffel tries to put it in. Can't. Loose, cleared away. Hermoso heads it down to Murphy.
Hermoso, Virginia Beach.
Christos stopping to complain. No call was made. Meanwhile, Murphy stepping in. Shot right off the arm inside the box. He was looking for maybe something there, but play will continue. And these officials early tucking the whistles away, letting the guys play, whether it's on close calls on the inline or close calls in the field of play. Always what you like to see early on. The opportunity to just keep things flowing.
Yeah, a couple confusing moments. The one on Trodati where we both thought the ball might have been out of bounds, and that one on Murphy where Christos definitely did, and I even lost my train of thought. But both teams definitely a lot of transition offense right now, sprinting up and down the pitch, and some broken formations as well. Each team trying to get into a rhythm as Christos settles it down.
They'll swing across near side. Give to Morgan. Pass through, blocked by Trodati. However, Christos able to step aside. Johnson gives back for Morgan.
Christos really being deliberate with their passes right now, almost waiting for Virginia Beach pressure to come, and then they choose to distribute the ball as the whistle really is tucked. Stalker getting some jersey tugs in right there.
The bar being set early. The expectation that the boys will be allowed to be boys and play as Stoffel steps in, bops one back to Koss, and the Christos keeper will just regroup. Quick pass up for Kyle Dixon.
Virginia Beach was involved in a physical game Wednesday against the Marauders, where the officials in that match as well chose to tuck their whistles for the most part, as we get our first one here on Franco Trodati.
Hard tackle coming in from Trodati on, I believe that was Josh Morgan. Quick restart, and they're back the other way.
We've been calling Morgan's name a lot.
Tucker rumbling over his own feet, got caught up, ball goes out. It'll be a goal kick for VBU. 6th minute, 0-0 the score. VBU and Christos from the Virginia Beach Sportsplex. Griffin Potter will get his first touch of the night, and it's just a little quick tap over to Condit. They try to send up the line. The intended target for VBU was Lighting. I want to go out, throw in for the home side.
Both teams just feeling each other out right now. United with its best look of the match coming about 5 minutes ago from Stalker. Christos yet to get a true shot off, but they've been applying pressure on the offensive end.
Trodati tried to play it ahead to Stoffel. Couldn't get in. It'll be taken by Koss. He's going to swing around to the far side.
Koss making his first USL 2 start tonight. Plays collegiately north in Syracuse, where he was a 2022 national champion for the Orange, but 2 games played, not as a starter, 74 minutes total, but definitely a big opportunity for the 20-year-old.
Looking for the through ball there to Tucker. Couldn't connect with him, and so VBU will head back the other way. Hermoso has it knocked off his foot. Loose ball, Stoffel through the midfield. Has a man near side, going to give to Tridati. He's got a couple on the move, gives back to Stoffel. He's been active early stages.
This Christos midfield has been active early, really stifling this United attack as it's tried to move the ball up the pitch. Doing a good job of defending and not letting a lot of these long passes that Tridati and Lighting love to try make its way through.
Christos trying to do some little through passes of their own. Not really anything able to come of it as VBU tries to turn the field. Lighting looks to center in. Koss going to swallow it up and steps out. He had Valiente headed towards the net mouth. No go, 0-0, 8th minute, creeping into the 9th here from the Virginia Beach Sportsplex.
Christos, we mentioned earlier how tonight dictates whether or not they're eliminated from playoff contention. But if they want to make the 6-win mark for their 3rd straight season and not lose out on making franchise history, it needs a win right now as it only has 2 on the season with 3 matches remaining after tonight.
Far side. Taylor tried to connect with Stoffel. A little frustration shown from the JMU product. Ball played up. Tucker on the run. Takes a hop backwards. Stradati will pressure. He gives for Morgan. On his feet, taps up Tucker. Little give and go. Morgan, the Yukon Husky, gets it back away from him by Murphy.
Morgan caused some troubles early as Virginia Beach having a tough time to clear.
Valiente had Tridati back behind him, didn't see. Well, ball goes to the middle, taken away by Christos. They'll circle through, come back. Hermoso denies that one. Murphy plays to midfield. Christos holds. It's Dixon this time. Gives back to Obizwo.
Virginia Beach laying off the pressure as of right now, really letting Christos take its time, not choosing to charge anybody as Valiente goes after that one.
Almost found an opportunity, but the defense, looked like it was Lackner, had it caught in his feet as he started to slide down and just kept it away from Valiente. Chance intended for Taylor. Koss is going to come out. Has to tap it off the foot outside the box. Christos will regroup.
Koss 2 saves early. Nice play there coming up, preventing Taylor from regaining that ball. We know how fast the JMU product can be and how dangerous he can be on the offensive side. So either Koss did his homework and knew who was charging after him, or that was just purely intuition. Nonetheless, a nice play by the keeper.
Throw in for Christos. 11th minute, 0-0 the score early on. These two teams, even when they have high-scoring affairs, oftentimes take a little bit to feel each other out. That bad defeat was Stalker hauled down by his jersey by Morgan. Comes back for VBU. Tridati will be there to take it. He's got the big leg. Look for him to push this one into the box potentially.
Virginia Beach United, though its offense does get going early, its fastest score in USL2 play, came against Charlottesville in the 21st minute. So although it attacks early, it does have a difficult time season-wise getting the ball in the back of the net in the first few moments.
Tridati into the box, header up. Hermoso sends it high. There's the look from Tridati to Hermoso. That's happened multiple times, but not able to connect this time around. I'll be out for a goal kick.
Yeah, the Charleston teammates always have that chemistry working, especially off the set pieces. Hermoso was looking to mark his 2nd goal in as many matches. Scored on Wednesday night against the Marauders in the 37th minute to make it 2 on the season for the veteran.
Christos trying to creep out of their own half. Ball taken away. Condit. He draws the quick whistle, and VBU will keep possession. Kieran will take the restart. Just gives it back to Hermoso.
United really taking its time to get its offense set up. Having a tough time fitting it to Murphy, who's usually their playmaker on that near side. For the most part so far, it's been Valiente who's been controlling the ball, which is not his forte. He's more of an off-the-ball striker, often found inside for crosses and through balls. He scored 3 of those in friendlies.
Tridati also an orchestrator on the wing at times for VBU. We'll see if he gets a little bit more involved. Here's Taylor, meanwhile, into the box, deflected off. We'll get another corner kick opportunity for VBU, their second of the young match in this one. 13th minute, 0-0 the score.
Tridati did have an assist early this year. It was wrongly given to Sammy Murphy in a game against Charlottesville, or excuse me, against Patuxent. But Tridati in collegiate play, 6 assists on the year. He's definitely a guy of vision, a guy with great vision that can make plays on the offensive side coming up from the back line.
And the leg strength to help. He'll take this corner. Curling in, up, back post, tapped off the pipe, and Christos able to clear.
Valiente had a great look there. Had a similar one where it was just a simple tap-in against DC United U23 where he couldn't finish as well. Christos catches a break, and Valiente shaking his head in disgust. Wishes he could have that one back.
A soft tap that couldn't have hit the post any more squarely. Ball to the end line, and trying to save it for VBU was Tridati, but out it goes. It'll be a goal kick for the visitors in black and gray.
Valiente, one of the many forwards that have started for Virginia Beach United this season. It's been its most interchangeable position as we've proceeded down this 2024 campaign. Last Wednesday, we saw 3 different attackmen come in the latter half of the match. Phillips, Wayland, and McCloskey. Both are listed as, all 3, are listed as reserves tonight. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see all 3 of them once more, if not at least 2.
You mentioned that trio came in and were able to find the back of the net. So certainly call it a 6-man grouping on the attack for VBU that they have faith in. Something that's always beneficial when you're trying to make a playoff run is having that depth that you know you can trust as the ball into the box. VBU wanted the flag to go up. It didn't. Play will continue. Left side. Middle shot. That one goes wide. Potter looked at it, saw that it was going astray, and just let it roll out. It'll be a goal kick for VBU here in the 16th minute.
Best look by Christos there, being really deliberate, as we've seen all match thus far, choosing which pass they're going to take very, very acutely. United's got to be a little more disciplined on the defensive side, as they didn't seem completely set on that one.
Kieran. Ball works its way up to Tridati. He'll step into it. Far side, placed well over the head of the defender. Taylor feeds back. Stoffel looks into the box. Deflected. Loose. Out. Christos tries a little give and go. They're going to get the man, but the flag goes up. And so that time they get the call. Offside on Christos here, creeping into the 17th minute, 0-0 the score.
United has caught the Marauders offsides a few times on Wednesday, but it's been actually Virginia Beach who's been the victim of the flag as of late. They need to be wary of that. I'm sure that was a focal point Thursday and Friday during practice and walkthroughs, but Virginia Beach needs to be more disciplined. We haven't seen it tonight, but nonetheless, something to pay attention to.
Condit back. Ball swung through to Hermoso. The captain gets near side to Murphy. Give. Valiente. Cross. Taylor. Middle. Stalker. to Taylor. Christos wanted a handball called, not going to go. That one skied out, and it'll be another corner kick for VBU. They've had some danger on those so far. We'll see what this one able to bring through, their third of the afternoon.
You mentioned earlier how it's like a 6-man rotation for this attack. We're not even including Timmy Ennin and Owen Ruddy, who have also played forward for United. 8 different gentlemen have had the privilege to play on that front line, and still Chris Mills seemingly does not have a group that he truly likes and wants to stick with.
Or he just likes all of them so much he can't decide. Top of the box, Murphy. Played in, chipped away, dangerous play, miscommunication by the defense and the keeper. Ball high, top of the box. Christos trying to get it out. And Trinati steals it away, gives back for Taylor. Great hustle play by there by Trinati for VBU to retain possession.
Running all the way across the pitch and then some. His cardio is fantastic. I actually see him running in my neighborhood every once in a while, 6 a.m. sharp. He's an absolute unit, and the cardio is unmatched if we're talking about the gentleman on this squad.
Loose ball through. Stalker has Taylor, wants to give it to him, just puts way too much on that one out the end line, and it'll be a goal kick for Christos.
So 2 good looks for United, one coming off of Valiente, the other coming off of Stalker. It has controlled possession slightly, but definitely not as dominating as we saw against the Marauders. United still trying to figure its opponent out. This is a different look Christos team than the one they saw in Baltimore about a month ago.
And this VBU team as well. Both sides trying to figure each other out because, like you mentioned, Christos a different side. VBU certainly a different side, humming on all cylinders here as they get into the meat and the stretch run of this season. Meanwhile, Taylor tries to get a shot off. That one going to be pushed off the shins of the defender. But whistle going to come back on Christos.
And Christos, truly the one blemish on this United unbeaten streak, a 1-1 draw. As we mentioned, every other game since May 11th, United has come out victorious. So this is almost a revenge game for United, even though they did not walk away from Baltimore with a loss. If they were to have won that game, it would be sitting in sole possession of first place. So this rivalry becomes even more heightened with those added implications.
21st minute, Trinati taking the opportunity on the set piece. He'll set it up, looks to address with the left foot. Into the box, over the keeper and just wide. Trinati had a look, couldn't tuck it home.
He's been fantastic at those, actually nearly scored on a set piece exactly at that part of the pitch in a friendly against Ashland Town. Rimmed off the crossbar a few times before Sam Phillips was able to put it in the back of the net. That one could have even been recorded as a shot for Trinati. It was so on target. Stalker was there looking for the header. It just did not land in the right spot.
VBU a chance again. They're going to look for the long ball to Taylor. Stoffel. Give Trinati. Tap through. Murphy back Stoffel. Wants to get the right foot free. Feeds Stalker. Works over. Lighting on the run with Taylor. He's knocked down. Flag goes up. Chance for VBU off of that. And we'll see what they do here.
After a physical first 10 minutes where we both thought the officials were going to tuck their whistles for the match, a couple whistles now in quick succession to one another. Taylor will take this one. It's been Trinati all night as he actually struts over to the ball as we speak.
Trinati resets the ball, will take it. Steps in, right foot, box, chance, back post, ball is there, Stalker's there. And the whistle goes as the keeper went down, got a piece of it, and they're going to say that it went out before Valiente was able to send it back into play. So a goal kick for Christos, but they dodge a bullet there in the 22nd minute. Keep this one tied at 0.
Nonetheless, a great play by, I believe, Dixon there on the defensive side, even if that ball would not have gone out, stifling the follow-through. I believe it was Valiente. A fantastic defensive play that should not go unnoticed, even though the ball did tuck out of bounds.
The back trio for Christos, very good so far. Multiple opportunities stopped by the defense for this VBU side. Christos getting big play from Dixon and Morgan specifically, making sure this one stays even.
And this defensive unit for Christos has been busier as of late. Potter has been chilling back there for about 6 minutes now without a whole lot of action, as it appears the call was just changed to Christos ball. Nonetheless, Virginia Beach really inflicting its pressure and its commanding nature on the possession era of the ball, taking a couple shots and making Koss stay on his toes.
Off the second throw-in, which came back to VB. Stoffel, a shot. Koss lost it. He had it in his hands. Fell down, had to scoop it back up. He'll hold and just look to punt it away. 24th minute, 0-0 the score, but VBU starting to find some cracks in that defense, looking to put one through.
And we're getting to that point where it almost seems like it's a matter of time. It was that way with the Marauders. Granted, Christos has not had the ball for a set possession in a few moments, and they've been actually rather nice with the ball in their possession. So United, though, on the other hand, really doing well, moving the ball, taking disciplined shots, and like I just said, it almost seems like it's just a matter of time.
The patience, something that's been there for VBU so far. We've seen guys trying to kind of get to the middle to get a foot free or get their strong leg the opportunity to shoot, but not forcing too much, waiting for things to come to them. We'll see if that patience is able to pay off. Christos, meanwhile, trying to find a way out of their own end. Long ball played through. Chance, Tucker, up, pops it over Potter, and out as Christos wanted a call on Potter. The keeper came out to play it. And Tyler Tucker, once again, the Loyola product, has been very dangerous in the early stages. Nearly gave his team the lead there on that one.
Yeah, and Virginia Beach should truly look to the heavens and thank whatever immortal being might be up there for giving them that break. A wide open net for Christos just sailed north of the twine. Potter came out of the net, but it was all he could do. It was a perfectly placed pass from the Christos midfielder. Truly a dangerous spot for United, and honestly the second best look of the game, excluding Valiente's shot in the 12th minute, excuse me.
Long pass ahead intended for Trinati. Morgan is there, however, pulled away. Murphy gives back Kieran. Cross pitch Condit. Into the gap. Hard closing pressure. Coming up that time, it was a Beeswell. Middle, Trudati. Give and go. Stoffel taps, wanted to do it with Trudati right there, but couldn't get it to connect back to him. Christos will look to clear out. Condit and Lighting trap a man. Ball pulled out. Condit.
Nice play there by Condit. We didn't call his name a whole lot against the Marauders, but definitely having an impact early in this one is the Virginia Wesleyan Jr. Definitely close, with head coach Chris Mills.
Christos back on the counter. They have numbers. Hermoso steps up, though, and prevents anything from getting to the middle. Ball going to roll out, throw in for the visitors here. 27th minute, 0-0 the score. And both teams top-notch opportunities.
And Hermoso paid for that one with a very sensitive area, taking the hard shot right in a very special place where the sun don't shine. But the stout defenseman, the captain, taking on his responsibility and his load early.
Off to the far side, Christos trying to work it through. Taking away VBU. Stoffel can't get over midfield. And Christos regroups on their own end. Misdribbled a little bit. Murphy thought he had a chance, but they're just going to feed near side to Morgan.
And Morgan has seemingly been this offense's playmaker early on, handling the ball a lot in United territory. Has had a few opportunities on crosses from the near side as he gets the ball right back and just chooses to play back to Dixon once more.
Dixon trying to direct traffic. There was a gap right in the VBU line. He wanted to send it there. Meanwhile, ball is going to roll out as Tridati just lets it go. It'll be a throw in for VBU deep in their own end. He just gives to Condit. He's going to feed to Potter, and he'll decide where this one goes. Pressure applied. Potter out to midfield. Stoffel is there. Off a few bodies. Christos will hold.
Now Christos doing a really nice job of possessing the ball. This slow pace has really put the Virginia Beach United offense out of rhythm, as they haven't had a clean touch on Christos' side of the pitch in over a few minutes.
Long shot bouncing through. Potter going to scoop it up before it rolls out. And he'll just swing back far side. It's Lighting. Give up. Taylor. Give and go. Valiente. He in turn has to go to the middle of the pitch. Going to dribble over. Stoffel feeds Tridati. Numbers VBU's side. Tridati into the box. Valiente. Chance taps it over, but the flag goes up. And that one not going to count. Exactly what VBU wanted, but we get the flag up, and it's going to stay 0-0.
Fans not too happy about it, but the right call. I mentioned a few moments ago how Virginia Beach has to be disciplined with regards to the offsides flag. They've been caught lacking in the past few matches, and you saw it there. A beautiful look by Valiente and a nice finish from the Berry product, taken away quickly by the far side official.
Out for a goal kick, but got to hope that can potentially strike a little bit of life back into the VBU offense as they find themselves in a 0-0 draw here entering the 31st minute.
And Tridati, we've talked about him several times thus far. He's been an offensive officiator for this team. That time finding Valiente, who's absolutely at his best when he's off the ball moving towards the net. Looking for the one-touch finish. He got it, was just offsides. But again, Tridati using his leg to make plays for this offense and expect it to continue tonight because he's been effective thus far.
Murphy on the run. Shoved down by Dixon will get the whistle. And the official started to go for his pocket. No card. But Murphy definitely had Dixon beat wide. And the Villanova product just gave him a little forearm shiver to knock him to the turf, make sure he didn't beat him. But dangerous opportunity here for VBU as Taylor will address the ball with the right foot.
Yes, this is United's first near side set piece, as it looks like we might get a water break.
And so 31st minute, we are going to get a water break. VBU, an opportunity on this side of the field. You mentioned their first, but trying to take the momentum from that near goal and turn it into a little bit more offense here as we head down the stretch toward the end of half number one.
Valiente almost had a near finish in about the 15th minute, and that one just got victim of the offsides flag. But United having the best looks early in this matchup. That one likely to spark a fire. You saw the reaction from the fans and the Virginia Beach players. You know, the supporters downstairs are extremely fired up and not too happy with that call. And I'm sure United will feed off its support from the fans and try and make something happen quickly.
For VBU, though, defensively, they've got to keep an eye on Tyler Tucker. The Loyola product has been very good, including that grade A scoring opportunity that just went over the net. Christos has to keep using him if they want to get on the board in this one.
They have to keep using him, and they have to keep using Morgan, who has also been a problem for Virginia Beach to stop. United's biggest problem right now is it's getting out of position. So many guys are coming up on these offensive chances that once Christos clears, and they're a very disciplined team, unlike the Marauder squad we saw on Wednesday, they can clear that ball pretty efficiently, and then they have an offensive attack that they have an advantage with in transition, and Virginia Beach needs to be a little bit more disciplined, hanging back, staying in position, because at times they've seemed a little bit lost.
And for VBU, the set piece here on the near side, we've seen Taylor, we've seen Trinati. Really, it's going to come down to whether or not they can get those numbers in the box and get the ball exactly where they want to. They've had a few that have come close, 1 or 2 inches one way or the other. We're talking goals scored, but nothing able to find the back of the net just yet. And you know that's got to be frustrating the home side. Definitely
frustrating, but a lot of encouraging looks. And every cross they've had, they've been looking for their 2 big guys. And it's Valiente and Hermoso. Both stand at 6'2". They're the tallest 2 gentlemen on the pitch, excluding Griffin Potter. So you know that Ethan Taylor will be looking for his captain and the striker out of Barry, who has had 2 great looks. So keep an eye out for them, is what Christos must be saying to itself as Taylor prepares to take this shot, or this cross, excuse me.
As he will walk back over. This, of course, created by the speed of Murphy before he was hauled down by the defender.
And Christos doing a good job of holding Murphy at bay. He's extremely speedy and has been one of United's main distributors this season.
Taylor, right foot into the box. Chances there, tapped up. And just sending it over. It was Murphy who got a foot on it on the hop. But another good look for VBU goes awry, and we stay at 0-0.
You saw Murphy's look of disgust after that one sailed north of the net. He usually finishes those. 2 goals on the season and 2 assists. He's beautiful with the ball in his possession. Just an unfortunate tip there by the Louisville product. And now the score remains 0-0 still.
Quick throw in by Christos. VBU tries to get it back. Valiente pulled down and going to get the whistle. So after kind of a whistle-less start to this one, calling the last 20 minutes, we've seen the whistles start to creep out more and more and more. And we'll get another opportunity. Same position as the last one, just on the opposite side of the pitch, and it's going to be Trinati to take it for VBU.
This will be his 5th set piece taken of the match, excuse me. 3 corners so far, several set pieces for United. They've had beautiful looks, just unable to finish.
Into the box, up, tipped by the keeper, and it's going to go out for a corner. Another good opportunity for VBU as Koss got his hands on it. Just enough to send it high, and Taylor's going to take the corner out of the near side.
Now, Isaac, we thought Trinati might have attempted a shot on one of those set pieces just moments ago. That one, a clear look on net. A nice play by Koss, almost ricocheted in. He catches a break there as it hits the yellow upright.
Taylor short to Trinati. In. Chance, he wanted to connect. Had a direct line right to Hermoso. Couldn't get it to him. Valiente chips one center. Up Stalker. Settles. Shot. Rebound is there. Hermoso taps it home. And VBU leads 1-0.
And they were looking for Hermoso off the set piece to Trinati. It somehow, after all that cluster, finds Hermoso for his 2nd goal in as many matches. Tied now as Virginia Beach's leading scorer. Once again, he led the team in goals last season with 3, and Hermoso pumping up the fans, getting congratulations from everybody who's wearing the blue and red. A huge score for United, and as we mentioned, it almost seemed like it was trickling, and it only seemed like a matter of time.
The captain right there, and Koss made the initial save, but Hermoso right there, a beautiful tap in. Put just enough on it to tuck it past, and he makes it 1-0 here in the 33rd minute. VBU takes the lead, and they get to continue through.
And another good look here as Stalker steals that one from the Christos defense.
Taylor sprints away from one man, feeds back, so the assist going to Stalker on that goal. Valiente. Whistle going to go against him as Christos just boots one down to the other end of the pitch. The goal scorer, Hermoso, going to take it for VBU. Feed to the middle. Stoffel.
And that's one of the changes I've loved that Chris Mills has made as we've moved our way down to the latter half of this 2024 campaign. When we started, Hermoso was the last man standing on the defensive unit. He very rarely came up on those set pieces. However, as Josh Condit has become more comfortable on the back line, as well as Cooper Kieran, Hermoso has been able to come up more and take these chances.
Valiente ahead to Stoffel. Chance, right foot shot, save made. Taylor will hold. Cuts to the middle. Chance, that one tipped and goes out. It'll be another corner kick for VBU, but the chances starting to come in. Valiente, Murphy, Stoffel, all getting very active. Taylor hopping in there too. This VBU offense finding new life here in the 36th minute.
And it all seemed to have stemmed from that near goal that was called back due to an offsides. I mentioned how the United offense might feed off the energy shown by the crowd, and now they're definitely feeling it as you hear the trumpets blaring and the fans jeering each time United gets possession of the ball, and they have another great look here to double their lead.
Trinati, right foot towards the net mouth, up, bouncing, rolling, and slides out. It'll be a goal kick. No, correction, it's going to be another corner kick, as they're going to say that Christos just got a piece of it. Couldn't tell from up here, but Ethan Taylor will set to take the corner for VBU here. 36th, creeping into the 37th minute, up 1-0.
This will be the second near side corner for United. The first one just moments ago led to that Hermoso score. They were looking for Condon on that set piece, just sailed north of his head. Valiente was there to back it up, but nonetheless went off of Christos.
Right foot in, up, header, held, Murphy, drop, bouncer, sky high, gonna bounce out, and VBU won't let it go for a throw-in. They retain possession and another good scoring opportunity. Trinati will give the throw-in just quickly to Taylor. He gives it right back, trying to center. Cut to the middle. Feed, up. Trying to collect it was Valiente. It's going to go out, and it'll be another corner kick for VBU.
Valiente appeared like he was trying to play that ball, but instead missed it on the touch, and it actually goes to United's benefit. Valiente, despite his impressive play off the ball, has had a rough time maintaining some of these passes when it comes to touching. Sometimes the ball gets a little loose from him.
Taylor centering, back post, Stalker saves, up, Stoffel, shot, man, right on the line. VBU thought it went off the arm of the Christos defender. Certainly looked like it did from up here, but meanwhile, Spencer Hanks comes away a hero. That one seemingly a certain goal for VBU. Denied on the line by the defense once again.
A fantastic job by the Christos, defense. But let's not shade away from the shot by Stoffel, leaning to his left, almost on his lane on his side, rocketed that one towards the goal, and a great play, as you mentioned, by that Christos defensive unit.
Flag goes up on Christos trying to get their opportunity back, but the VBU offense seeming to find their stride here in the 38th minute, up 1-0. Just looking to keep the pressure on and keep the offense flowing as Condit will take on the restart. Chip to the middle. Valiente is there, gives Stoffel, who's going to feed over for Trinati. Wants to play ahead to Murphy. Morgan cuts it off, just gives back to Koss.
And because this Christos team has not had those lengthy possessions that it had midway through this first frame, United's offense has been able to get into that groove, as opposed to early on where it was broken possessions for Virginia Beach. Now it appears that United is always on attack, always pushing the ball forward, and it's proven to be dangerous for Christos.
Valiente has couple of men coming with him. He's going to feed Stoffel, tries to connect back. He runs through, collides with the keeper. Christos wanted a whistle or a conversation as it's Morgan. Waves his hand and says, "Don't talk to me if you're not going to call anything, sir." And the referee trots away. He'll get the ball, and Christos moves ahead, but certainly not pleased after the collision with Valiente and Koss.
And I think that includes the shot from Stoffel. I think they were also chancing for a handball on United, did not get the call. I'm sure this Christos unit not too pleased with the officiating early on after a couple of missed calls in their opinion.
Tip through, Potter out to play it, puts back towards midfield. Over the head of Morgan, played down. Murphy is there, taps away from one man, just got caught. Couldn't get around Morgan. It'll go for a throw-in for Christos.
Christos still not getting into its pure offensive groove that we saw early on. It's gone away from being patient to trying these heavy passes up the pitch. Not as deliberate, and therefore it's leading to turnovers because this United defense is so stout and so disciplined and just simply so good.
Condit, middle to Stoffel. Has a couple on the run. Chance played out near side. Kieran will hold.
Kieran has just been so great for this United team. Started all 8 games as that one hits the official and will get a whistle. Set piece for United. But Kieran has been gifted for this team. And I mentioned on Wednesday, he's like a bruiser. He does not ask for these flashy plays or all this notoriety, but he does anything that is asked of him. Usually hangs back on the defensive side with no complaints.
Tadati, Stoffel in front. Valiente has another one waved off.
That's 2 now for United, and both have been costly off the foot of Valiente, moving away from the ball, getting a little too eager. United really should have 3 goals at least right now, 2 called back due to offsides, and both on Valiente, who's making his second start tonight. Does not have the USL 2 experience that a lot of these other gentlemen have, and it's showing early on.
Good closing effort, good opportunity, but just a stride too fast. As 42nd minute, VBU up 1-0. Could very easily be 3.
Could very easily be 4 as well, as Valiente had that one tap-in shot that ricocheted off the post. He's been everywhere trying to fit it into the net and just has not marked one that stands.
Turnover, chance, shot, and Christos able to tuck it past Potter, top of the box. It's 1-1, and just like that, those 2 goals called back make themselves much bigger as Christos able to draw even here in the 42nd minute.
And it was Wheaton Scope there, who we haven't talked about much. The main focal points on offense thus far for Christos had been Tucker and Morgan, but Wheaton Scope comes in. He's been a starter for this team all season, makes a play, gets his first goal on the campaign. A huge look for Christos as that United defense once again not set, not in position, and being a little overly aggressive.
And just like that, a hop the other way completely changes this one, as VBU goes from 1-0 in control to 1-1 with new life for Christos.
United really shooting itself in the foot early. This game should have been farther out of reach, but now we're tied. It's a fresh match as we head towards half.
As Taylor coughed that one up, and Christos sends it out of play. 43rd, 44th minute. VBU and Christos tied at 1.
This falling into those traditional Christos Virginia Beach matches. 2 goals scored in the first frame. Christos usually has United's number. United looking to take almost a monkey off their back tonight with a victory, because this is a Baltimore-based squad that it has really struggled against in its 5-year history.
Throw in down the line, trying to get to Tucker off his foot, bounces. The officials take a little bit of time to discuss it. Throw in goes to United. Turdati chucks long for Valiente. Christos just plays back to the middle of the pitch. Stalker sees it hop over him. He'll head off. And Sucker just snagged by the turf monster, slides down. Be a throw in for Trinati. 45th minute, stoppage time, kept on the field, of course. Not necessarily expect more than a handful of minutes added on to this one. 1-1 the score. Ball played far side. Centering. Chance, and Morgan heads it out. It'll go for a corner kick, the 8th of the afternoon for VBU.
Right now it's time for another VBU United corner kick.
Taylor will take it. They've been dangerous off of these so far. We'll see what we have here as Trinati trots toward the middle of the pitch, so you'd think this one going to be being sent right into the box. Long play, post, punched out by Koss. It'll go back another corner for VBU.
Make that 9. I don't mean to continue to belittle this United offense, but if we're talking about how close this game is, that fantastic play by Lackner to stop that shot by Stoffel, huge as well.
Ball. Header up, and that's going to do it for half number 1. Is barely any stoppage time thrown onto the end of this one. VBU and Christos going to head into the locker room, all knotted up at 1, and you can see a little bit of frustration on the VBU faces heading into the locker room. Thought they had this one in control, and Christos, a big goal in the 42nd minute from Wheaton Shop to make it 1-1.
Virginia Beach has truly been in possession and in control for a majority of this game. They've had the best looks. They could have had 4 goals had it been a little more disciplined and a little more aware of its surroundings. However, they walk away with a 1-1 knot as we head into the second frame. An unusual stoppage there as well, Isaac. You don't usually see the officials blow their whistle when a team is in a prime scoring opportunity. If the ball is cleared, sure, but there it seemed a little odd, and United honestly stripped of another chance to put one in the twine.
Well, we'll see what the second half has in store as we head into halftime. VBU and Christos all knotted up at 1. We'll be back with second half action from Harold Heischober Field at the Virginia Beach Sportsplex after this.
After more than 50 years of innovation, AstroTurf still leads the way. The inventor of artificial turf does it all, right here in the USA. We engineer, test, manufacture, and install the world's most innovative fibers and turf technologies, with over 30,000 tracks and fields worldwide. AstroTurf, powered by Sport Group.
I grew up here. I know this town. I know the people here. More important, they know me. As a banker at Town Bank, we become part of the communities we serve. The people who bank with us, our members, know us. When you bank with Town Bank, you'll know your banker. You'll know you can reach us, and you'll know we're here for you.
Treat yourself to a visit to the Drip Bar IV Hydration and Vitamin Therapy in Virginia Beach. Boost your immunity, increase your energy, and promote anti-aging with our personalized treatments designed to ensure efficient nutrition absorption to rejuvenate your mind and body. Come see our chic and relaxing day spa for yourself today. We welcome walk-ins and appointments. Our medical professionals will help you achieve your best health and answer all your questions. The Drip Bar at Lansdowne Commons in Virginia Beach.
As a lifelong local, avid waterman, coach at Kellam High School, coach at the Virginia Rush Soccer Club, also a member at Virginia Beach National and Henry Ridge Golf Club. The 757 is a great place to live and play. As a seasoned realtor at the Bryan Group, I know I can find you the perfect home.
Storybox Audio.
Established in 1997, Rush Soccer has a proven track record of player development and produced hundreds of professional players over the last 25 years. With strong foundations through our core values like passion and enjoyment. With a global network spanning over 125 communities on 6 continents, Rush Soccer provides a world of resources and opportunities for players. Be a part of something bigger. By joining the Rush, you'll have access to our world-class programming, like our college advisory program, player development program, Rush Select program, and exclusive educational resources. Your passion for the game will reach new heights. And the best part, Rush Soccer is dedicated to helping both players and the club front office grow and succeed. You'll be part of a passionate and purposeful community, united by a shared love of soccer. Whether you want to play for fun and enjoy the game of soccer, or have the ambition to play at a high level, Rush Soccer offers the largest pathway with direct connections to professional teams around the world. Check out our social media and website to find out when and where you can come to our Rush tryouts.
As a lifelong local, avid waterman, coach at Kellam High School, coach at the Virginia Rush Soccer Club, also a member at Virginia Beach National and Henry Ridge Golf Club. The 757 is a great place to live and play. As a seasoned realtor at the Bryan Group, I know I can find you the perfect home.
Storybox Audio.
I grew up here. I know this town. I know the people here. More important, they know me. As a banker at Town Bank, we become part of the communities we serve. The people who bank with us, our members, know us. When you bank with Town Bank, you'll know your banker. You'll know you can reach us, and you'll know we're here for you.
Revitalize your property today. Shine Time is your turnkey solution for all power washing and painting projects. With years of experience in both residential and large-scale commercial settings, their focus is to bring new life to your home, building, or outdoor space and ensure 100% customer satisfaction every time. Shine Time Power Wash.
Pain and Gain, your one-stop shop for all things field hockey. Located in Princess One Shopping Center, Virginia Beach, we carry everything you need on the turf, from black sticks, turf shoes, mouth guards, and much more. Try out your stick before you buy it in our synthetic turf area. Pain and Gain. Embrace the pain, enjoy the game.
At CHKD, sports medicine is more than just treating injuries. It's a whole team approach to caring for young athletes. With experienced physicians, surgeons, trainers, and rehab specialists here when kids and teens need them most. Our experts help young athletes prevent injuries too, with advanced training and conditioning programs that keep them in the game safely. CHKD Sports Medicine, where kids are more than patients and we're more than a hospital.
Revitalize your property today. Shine Time is your turnkey solution for all power washing and painting projects. With years of experience in both residential and large-scale commercial settings, their focus is to bring new life to your home, building, or outdoor space and ensure 100% customer satisfaction every time. Shine Time Power Wash.
Established in 1997, Rush Soccer has a proven track record of player development and produced hundreds of professional players over the last 25 years. With strong foundations through our core values like passion and enjoyment, with a global network spanning over 125 communities on 6 continents, Rush Soccer provides a world of resources and opportunities for players. Be a part of something bigger. By joining the Rush, you'll have access to our world-class programming, like our college advisory program, player development program, Rush Select program, and exclusive educational resources. Your passion for the game will reach new heights. And the best part, Rush Soccer is dedicated to helping both players and the club front office grow and succeed. You'll be part of a passionate and purposeful community, united by a shared love of soccer. Whether you want to play for fun and enjoy the game of soccer, or have the ambition to play at a high level, Rush Soccer offers the largest pathway with direct connections to professional teams around the world. Check out our social media and website to find out when and where you can come to our Rush tryouts.
After more than 50 years of innovation, AstroTurf still leads the way. The inventor of artificial turf does it all, right here in the USA. We engineer, test, manufacture, and install the world's most innovative fibers and turf technologies, with over 30,000 tracks and fields worldwide. AstroTurf, powered by Sport Group.
As a lifelong local, avid waterman, coach at Kellam High School, coach at the Virginia Rush Soccer Club, also a member at Virginia Beach National and Henry Regional Golf Club. The 757 is a great place to live and play. As a seasoned realtor at the Bryant Group, I know I can find you the perfect home.
Storybox Audio.
After more than 50 years of innovation, AstroTurf still leads the way. The inventor of artificial turf does it all, right here in the USA. We engineer, test, manufacture, and install the world's most innovative fibers and turf technologies, with over 30,000 tracks and fields worldwide. AstroTurf, powered by Sport Group.
As a lifelong local, avid waterman, coach at Kellam High School, coach at the Virginia Rush Soccer Club, also a member at Virginia Beach National and Henry Regional Golf Club. The 757 is a great place to live and play. As a seasoned realtor at the Bryant Group, I know I can find you the perfect home.
Pain and Gain, your one-stop shop for all things field hockey. Located in Princess One Shopping Center, Virginia Beach, we carry everything you need on the turf, from black sticks, turf shoes, mouth guards, and much more. Try out your stick before you buy in our synthetic turf area. Pain and Gain. Embrace the pain, enjoy the game.
Get ready for a season of thrills and excitement. Virginia Beach United invites you to experience the adrenaline of USL League 2 Pro Soccer. Tickets are only $10 for adults, $7 for kids, and children 5 and under are free. It's the perfect family outing filled with fun and entertainment. Secure your seats now for a season of unforgettable soccer moments with Virginia Beach United. Don't miss out. Back at Harold Heischover Field and the Virginia Beach Sportsplex USL 2 action. I'm Isaac Berkey, he's Nick King. VBU finds themselves all knotted up at ones after 45 minutes of play. Nick, it looked like they had a 2-0 lead, but then Christos comes back, knots it at 1-1. Completely different game than what could have been, sitting looking at this second half starting score.
Yeah, and if you're just joining us, welcome. If not, let me break it down for you regardless. Juan Valiente had 3 fantastic looks on goal. The score could be 4 or 5-1 right now. Pique Stoffel, the midfielder, also had a fantastic shot off a volley that was blocked by a Christos defenseman. But right now for Virginia Beach, it comes down to lack of discipline. 2 goals taken away due to offsides, and 1 just a tap-in that United could not finish. The story of this game right now has just been Virginia Beach United's inability to finish on these offensive opportunities, and Christos has capitalized on their few but good looks. And right now we're knotted at 1-1. It seems like United has the momentum and the anger to fuel itself, but Christos has been calm, composed, and ready to take on anything that this Virginia Beach United team throws at it, regardless of its record and regardless of where it stands in the standings.
VBU, we talked about it off the top, controls their own destiny in USL 2, trying to not only get a spot in the playoffs, but take their first Chesapeake Division title, something very much within their reach. As we'll start this one, the exact same squad on both sides as we did. Keep an eye on that VBU bench. The Christos bench much shorter with only 3 additional players. But VBU, as we get in, we saw it on Wednesday night against the Marauders. Potentially look for some changes to be made, not really out of anything other than just getting some fresh legs, some guys with some new energy in there.
Well, actually, I just realized we do have some fresh legs. Sam Phillips has stepped in for Juan Valiente. We mentioned Valiente, 3 great looks on goal, could not finish any of them. 2 called back on offsides, 1 just ricocheting off the post. Phillips was an offensive threat in United's match on Wednesday. Looking for life here maybe with the call to Phillips.
Phillips replacing Valiente, and an offensive spark plug, as you mentioned, gets touches right off the bat. As VBU coughing it up to Christos, but Phillips coming in, so Coach Mills already tapping into the bench, trying to get some offensive juice flowing early on. Christos going to play it back to Koss, and we'll see what shakes out from there.
And Phillips, I believe, in Chris Mills' mind, is just a better ball handler than Valiente. Valiente, fantastic moving away from the ball, but what United needs at this point in the match is somebody that can control possession, because that's where it was most efficient at in the first frame.
Played through right side, trying to center, and Stalker just going to push one out the back. It'll go for a corner kick for Christos. But the visitors starting off half number 2 strong with some opportunities, and we'll see what they're able to make of this set piece here.
It's first set piece of the match. United hasn't had to face a whole bunch of these in the past few weeks. We mentioned earlier how the defense has been nationally, fantastic. Can it stand still?
Ball played out, header, push top of the box. Worked over. Phillips going to head one toward the end line. In a foot race, taps one past. We saw the speed on Wednesday. He's got it here as Taylor in the middle. Meanwhile, Phillips into the box, tries to feed across. Ball is there. Taylor turns, shot, and he tucks it inside the post. And VBU leads 2-1 early on in half number 2.
And that starts with the substitution, Sam Phillips. That shot by Taylor does not happen without him taking that ball away and pushing it down the pitch. A beautiful feed to Taylor that ended in the back of the net. Virginia Beach, it seemed like a storm was brewing at the end of the first, and we have lightning strike on the pitch in the 48th.
Sam Phillips, that speed coming right off the bench. We saw it on Wednesday. He makes that one happen. And Ethan Taylor, a beautiful shot to finish it off. VBU regains the lead, and it is 2-1 VBU here in this one early on in half number 2.
And we mentioned earlier, Isaac, how Chris Mills has been shuffling this attack for United. And to me, I think Chris Mills might have found his guy as we move down the stretch in Sam Phillips, especially considering that other gentlemen like Sammy Murphy are going to be out for latter games of the year back at college.
Phillips again, centering chance right on the hands of Koss, but he comes in, and the sophomore out of Camden, North Carolina, wasting no time, making big things happen. The Matt Commonwealth Rookie of the Year in his freshman season at Messiah. He's an impact player. VBU is certainly going to keep looking to him to make some things happen. 12 goals in 22 games played, 4 assists over the course of the season at Messiah. He's definitely a guy that they're going to have and teams are going to have on their radar as he's coming in, making an impact in this one.
Making an impact early, but let's not take anything away from Ethan Taylor. That was a fantastic shot from 10 yards out, moving off balance to his right, getting it off with a strong foot as a near broken play there for United. But Phillips has the second goal in the year. You mentioned 12 in college and another one in friendlies. If we're talking about a pure offensive threat away from Taylor and Murphy, that's your guy.
As throw-in comes to VBU, and they maybe were back on their heels for a moment to start half number 2, but the offense puts them back on the attack, looking to take some momentum from that goal and parlay it into big things here in half number 2. Down the sideline, Phillips has the defense closing, centers again, tapped it, Stoffel this time. And VBU, quick work, makes it 3-1. Phillips again, Stoffel closes.
And this is exactly the opposite of what we saw in the first half. Great looks by United, but called back due to offsides or just missed opportunities. Early on in the second, we've seen them now 2 times capitalize on these beautiful offensive looks, and now the score is right where it should be. Virginia Beach with a large lead. That's what it should have had moving into the break, and it's all due to the game changer right now, which has been Sam Phillips.
VBU makes it a 2-goal lead here in the 50th minute. Goals less than 3 minutes apart from Taylor and Stoffel. Phillips assisting on both, and VBU has their foot on the gas, their hands on the wheel, and they are driving down the lane to stay in the driver's seat toward a playoff spot.
And just the life that has come into this Virginia Beach United team. The first goal was like lightning struck. Now thunder is booming as the fans are erupting here at the Sportsplex. This offense seems to have been rejuvenated, and the defense is getting a break early on.
Christos back in their own end. It's Cologne. Tries to play it up, card going to come out as no card coming out, and reached for his pocket and looked like Christos started things going, and the official decided that he didn't have time to pull the card out.
It wasn't as egregious a play to where the actual momentum of the game had to be stopped for the card to be pulled out.
Phillips plays for Murphy, and he couldn't get there in time. It'll go out for a goal kick for Christos.
Good idea there by Phillips once more. Murphy is dangerous from the near side, crossing in. 2 assists on the year for Virginia Beach United's one of its star players. But Phillips being the distributor early, and he's handling the ball at an improved rate than Valiente did as Taylor has shifted to the middle and Phillips is playing the wing.
As 3-1 VBU leads. Apologies for score mishaps there in the top of your screen. 53rd minute. Goals coming from Stoffel, Taylor, and Hermoso for the home side.
Stalker a little too physical there, working on Wheaton Scoop, who scored Christos' lone goal of the match late in the first half. Whistles coming out a little early once again. We didn't get it in the first 12 minutes of this match, but the officials have been active in this one nonetheless.
Played through, and Condit is there. He's going to let it just roll to Potter, who takes slow pressure. Coming up, applying that was Michael Johnson. He's going to just trot away. Potter pushes his side to move on forward. Leading 3-1 here in the 53rd minute.
And Isaac, we mentioned pregame how these matches between the two clubs are often high scoring, 3.5 goals on average between both sides. That total has already been surpassed, and we still have approximately 40 minutes remaining in this one.
As Stoffel applies pressure. Christos looking for a long ball. They answered once. Can they answer twice and put themselves back in striking distance? VBU leading 3-1. A pair of second half goals. A pair of assists from Phillips. Ball played through, and Potter just going to direct traffic, slow his guys down. Picks up, bowls it over to Hermoso. Trying to catch Phillips on the run. Pushed out, taps it, and it's going to roll out for a goal kick. The official got caught up with Phillips, knocked to the turf.
Phillips making the officials known that he is playing rather exceptionally. He's been all over the field. We hope both men are okay, but United definitely attacking early, pushing quickly. That one through to Hermoso. Christos looking to do the same. It's been not as successful, however.
Played across, Murphy taps, Stalker. Middle of the pitch, tries to get there. Can't. Christos gives to Morgan. They're going to work the sideline out off of Tridati. Throw in for the visitors.
Christos was at its best in the first half when it was slow and patient with the ball and its offensive possessions. Obviously, being down by 2 scores, you might have to be a little bit more aggressive, but the Baltimore-based club should not go away from what worked in the first half, which is taking its time and moving the ball up the pitch, because right now United's offense is in a rhythm, and they're not slowing down anytime soon.
Swung inside. Kieran. Cross pitch for Murphy. Long ball played to Phillips. Collision there. And the Christos defender immediately drops.
Unsure who that is, Isaac, but it was a nasty collision. He was going up for the ball as Phillips almost ducked, tripped over him when he was leaning towards his backside and took a nasty fall on his back.
Right back up, stretches the calf, and play will resume. Oscar not awarded.
Not everybody can be DiCaprio, Isaac.
Yet some will try. VBU plays back. It's Condit works his way through to Kieran. Far side. Murphy just gives right back. Potter.
And with this 2-score lead, I wonder how long it will be till Chris Mills brings in even more substitutions. We saw him aggressive with his reserves on Wednesday, bringing in all but Trevor Maloney. He's already brought in one. It's clearly sparked life. Let's see what can happen if this lead holds.
Stoffel settles, gives Tridati. Far side has Murphy. He'll face up Morgan. Tries to cut wide. Centering chance. Tapped out by Christos to the sideline. They'll just hold. Looking to clear the defensive half of the pitch. 3-1, VBU leads. 57 on the clock. Little forearm shiver handed out. Ball going to go out, and it'll be a goal kick for VBU.
And it looks like Murphy headed to the sideline. Are we going to get a water break or a substitution?
As looks like he's just grabbing a water bottle, cools himself off just a little bit.
Taylor also getting some refreshments as this second half creeps toward the 58th minute.
Number 19, Ethan Watson, enters the game, replacing number 22, Akechukwu Obizu.
So Watson replaces Obizu, who did not have his name called a whole lot in the first half. It was Obizu's first start on the season.
Chance here, Phillips again, pass across, nobody there. There goes that man again. Phillips trying to get his third assist. He's been dangerous. VBU leads 3-1. Could have easily been 4-1 there.
And if you had some sort of inclination that Sam Phillips might come in and be the man of the match, your prop bet might be looking even better as we wane down the second half. Ethan Watson, the new substitution for Christos. It's his first appearance in USL 2 play this year. So we'll see how the defenseman lines up against this threatening Virginia Beach offense.
Near side, it's going to be Morgan. As we see him on this near side. Interesting to see, was one of Christos's better defenders in the opening half. If he stays here to match up with Phillips, or if we see him shift back to the other side of the pitch where he was playing in half number one, the Yukon Husky.
Virginia Beach really being deliberate with the ball here. It seemed as we opened this first half that it just came out guns a-blazing, looking to heighten or create and then heighten a lead. Now comfortable seemingly with the lead it has, really taking its time, trying to keep Christos out of any offensive rhythm to avoid another disaster in which they score in transition.
Quick passing, found a gap, but Murphy's attempted pass deflected away. Christos to the other side. Step to the middle. Pass intercepted, Condit. Long ball, tries to play for Murphy, just out of his reach out. It'll be a throw in for Christos. 61st minute, VBU up 3-1.
If Virginia Beach is capable of holding on to this 3-1 lead and walking away with the win, it will take a 3-point advantage over Charlottesville's Blues FC, who had a miraculous comeback to draw a match against Nova this afternoon after being down 2 scores in the second half. Nonetheless, that would be a huge step for United as it hopes to make its first postseason in franchise history.
But as VBU looks to close this one out, Nova up 3-1 on Charlottesville, so the job not finished until the Fat Lady sings. As VBU sees pressure applied, ball kicked out to the far side. Certainly the offense has been stronger for VBU in half number 2, but 30 minutes to go. Ball played up top, chance here, Christos into the box, shot trying to tuck it far post, goes wide, and they'll say out for a corner. So Christos' second opportunity on the corner kick in this one.
They're going to say it grazed Hermoso, but as I was talking about this lead, Christos with its best look of the second half, and now they have its second corner of the game. United passed the first test. It's going to need to pass the second if it wants to hold on to this 2-score lead.
And substitution for VBU is Ethan Taylor meandering his way off the pitch. Looks like Micah Wayland going to be the man coming on.
Substitution in the 62nd minute. Number 14, Michael Whalen, replaces number 9, Ethan Taylor, at left wing.
Whalen scored that goal in the game on Wednesday late against the Marauders off the bench. Looking to do the same once more. Phillips assisted on that one. Or excuse me, it was McCloskey, but Phillips had an impact in that one as well. Wayland looking to push that momentum over just like his teammate.
After the corner amounted to nothing, it'll be a throw-in for Christos. Physical play from Lighting on Satriano. Opportunity here for the visitors. VBU leading 3-1.
Whalen and Phillips there to make the wall as a bunch of red and a bunch of gray clustered inside the box.
Header, back post. Not going to go out, and it'll be a goal kick for VBU. Couple of bodies sprawling toward the back post, just unable to get a piece of it out. And VBU weathers the storm. Keeps this one at 3-1.
And had one of those Christos players gotten their head on the ball and given it a little kiss, Potter looked out of position. He was drawn to the right side of the net, his left. Once the ball was kicked, that back post where that cross did sail was open. Just sailed over the head of two Christos attackers, and United maybe not weathering the storm, but definitely surviving nonetheless.
Hermoso quickly plays up Lighting, just keeps it in. Good work as he's pushed down by Johnson. Great effort by Lighting, though, to keep that one in and keep it alive.
There's been several instances so far tonight where the officials seem to be as if they're calling out their yellow card. No cards issued so far. Almost one on VBU, but Christos resumed play so quickly that the headman had no opportunity to whip it out.
Christos through the middle of the pitch, played, chance. Potter has to come all the way out, slides, takes out the attacker. And Potter came out, and the announcer's curse from you, my friend, gives Potter the yellow here in the 65th minute.
It always seems to happen that way, doesn't it, Isaac? Moments after I mentioned no cards issued, Griffin Potter, although he likely saves a score, racks up a yellow card in the 66th minute.
In the 65th minute, yellow card
as Potter came out to play it. So Christos will be looking at the set piece on the edge of the box. Opportunity for the visitors. They've been pressuring as of late. Down by 2. No stranger to scoring or finding themselves in high-scoring games, especially when these two teams meet.
Virginia Beach has not allowed more than one goal in a match all season in USL 2 play. Christos looking to rewrite the record books as it has been attacking early on in this second frame.
Potter directing traffic for his side. The three-man wall stands. In, Christos deflected and sent over. It looked like Condit got a piece of it out. It'll be a corner kick for the visitors. 67th minute of this one.
Nice play there by Condit to knock that one away. Another set piece, though, for Christos. They have not capitalized on their two previous corners. This one, it's third. United's defense not allowing scores on these all too often.
Header up, Potter punches it out. Chance still loose. Shot deflected off the line. Good save by the VBU defense, holding strong.
And Sammy Murphy, who's been a fantastic offensive threat for this team, showing his defensive prowess, stopping that one, and now Phillips on the move.
Phillips has a man, looks, shot deflected. That one stays in play in the box. Morgan, pressure from Wayland. Up the line, collision. Both teams wanted a call. Ball stolen away by Tridati, pushed to the sideline. He's going to chase it down, keeps things alive. Past one, looking to center. That one off a foot, rolls right to the keeper, Koss, who will just slow it right back down. 68th minute, VBU up 3-1.
Another good opportunity there for United, but let's not forget, Christos has been threatening so far in this second half. If not for Sammy Murphy, the 5'9" Louisville product, being the last defender on that goal line, Christos would have made it a one-score game with still plenty of time remaining. Although we usually think of Murphy as a goal scorer and offensive distributor, he proves to us and to everybody watching that he knows how to play defense.
Both teams with goal line stands coming from their field players as ball to the side. Hermoso just going to let it roll out. And VBU ball on the throw-in.
You mentioned earlier how Hanks is not Tom Hanks. That time he tried to act like him a little bit, pretending Hermoso threw a bow towards his face, grabbed at his nose in quick succession, but quickly played it off after he realized no whistle would be blown.
Christos swings around the top side. Trying to get to the middle. Ball, Wayland. Taps out, taken away. Phillips has a chance, sends a man on the run. Flag goes up. And Stoffel, adamant that the wrong call was made, and then Morgan getting a little shove in with Stoffel as well. As Christos trying to work their way up, and the official will give them an extra 3 or 4 yards on the restart. Tempers and frustrations may be starting to get shown from both sides a little bit. VBU up by 2. 3-1 here in the 70th minute. Ball far side. Phillips tracks it down. Steps over in. Chip far side. Save made. Koss, a great play to get the hand on it and keep it out. 3-1 VBU. Phillips continuing to be an offensive spark plug here in half number 2.
Great play there by Koss, as you mentioned. Although he has surrendered 3 goals in his first start against a first-place team, you have to give credit to the Syracuse product really holding his own against this United team, because he has been on his toes for most of the night.
Christos taps back through. Chance, long shot, struck wide of the post, and it'll be a goal kick for VBU.
And you can see frustration just in the body language of Christos after that missed shot from Hanks. Several individuals grabbing at their face and biting their jerseys. You can tell they're hungry for a score and feel as if they should have had one midway through this second half, if not for Sammy Murphy. Despite what its record is, Christos always plays with heart and always gives United a little bit of trouble.
Stoffel trying to get away, but the ball taken by Christos. Hanks right side, passes across. Through the middle, Chance running away, looking to get the foot free. Shot save made. Potter, as he watched it right into the breadbasket and pounces on top. 72nd minute, 3-1 VBU leads. And we have a United player down on the far side. And a pair of substitutions upcoming for VBU as well. Looks like Owen Ruddy preparing to come in. We'll get a quick water break.
And it looks like Sammy Murphy, the individual down for United. Virginia Beach already without Alexander Moody. If it were to move forward without Murphy, who is now walking on his own accord. It could be a rough next few weeks, especially as they hope to clinch its first ever Chesapeake Division title. Nonetheless, you mentioned Owen Ruddy coming in, the other individual yet to be mentioned.
I believe McCloskey.
Number 10, Owen Ruddy in the game for Campbell Stalker.
As Ruddy on for Stalker.
Everett McCloskey in the game for number 19, Samuel Murphy.
And McCloskey comes on for Murphy. So Murphy gets about, call it 25 minutes of action and comes right out. 2 assists. A great night for Murphy. VBU leading 3-1, scoring in this one. Hermoso got it started in the 33rd. Wheaton Shop answered for Christos in the 42nd. Then in the second half, 2 goals in less than 3 minutes. Taylor in the 48th and Stoffel in the 50th. Both assists from Murphy. And Murphy actually still on the pitch, so we'll get that actual substitution for you momentarily.
Don't mean to call you out, Isaac, but I think you're mistaking Murphy with Phillips. Both extraordinary playmakers. It's easy to mix them up, but Murphy, you mentioned, he's been an impact player all night. Phillips coming in as the substitution to start the second half for Juan Valiente, recording 2 assists, and we saw this on Wednesday, a brand new look attack for United in the second half. McCloskey an assist on Wednesday, Wayland with a goal on Wednesday. All 3 reserves, impact players off the bench.
And my name's just getting mixed as we go through this one, certainly, of course. But that offense, that line that we saw, so dangerous, back together, reunited. We'll see what they're able to do here. Stoffel tripped up. Ruddy takes, gives back. Kieran taps across. Tridati. Centering feed. Phillips off the volley, blasts one wide, got all of it, and sends it out the back very quickly.
Phillips there looking to mark a goal alongside those 2 assists. That one just gets away from him. We mentioned Owen Ruddy coming in for Campbell Stalker. Ruddy has played minutes up front for United, a traditional defenseman for the Old Dominion Monarchs. It appears just visually from the press box that he's more comfortable in that midfielder role, especially because he has an increased presence on the defensive side.
Long goal kick played all the way out. Centering feed. Morgan there to snuff it out for Christos. We've seen him shift to the near side, but the whistle going to go after the collision. You could hear the fans not too happy with that. Whistle coming on Phillips.
Yeah, definitely a bang-bang call there for the officials. Obviously, the fans wearing the blue and red, not too happy about it. That's a play that we've seen a couple times. We've seen a few collisions similar to that, especially in the first half between Murphy and Valiente getting involved with some Christos defenders. Didn't draw a whistle in one of those instances. That one seemingly unintentional, but nonetheless a Virginia Beach scoring opportunity taken away once more.
Down the line, tapped out. It'll be a throw-in for Christos. 77th minute, VBU up by 2. Looking to close this one out. Christos trying to close the gap and get back on the scoreboard. Chance here up top. Hanks, pass through, look, shot, trying to center. Second attempt, stutter step. Too many touches turning, shot save made. And too many touches dooms Christos there as what could have been a golden scoring opportunity. The Golden Goose just lays an egg.
And early on, we touched out Potter was out of position on that one score by Christos. That time his defense out of position, and he comes through clutch for his team. A fantastic save on the tap-in attempt by Christos. Keeps it a 2-goal lead. But Isaac, Christos has been attacking so far in this second half, and you can tell they're biting at a score. Clearly the players can sense it after every shot. They seem to grab at their head and bite their jerseys in almost a minute form of disgust and anxiousness as they hope for that goal to hit the twine.
Christos pressuring, as you mentioned here in half number 2. VBU just going to slow things down to try to tilt the tides back in their favor. It's Kieran in the middle of the pitch. Gives Tridati, has to cut away from a few.
And with the lack of generosity that we saw in the first half from the officials, Isaac, when it comes to extra time, very few stoppages in this one compared to the first. Expect another minute figure from the fellas in red and black. If we're playing the math game, Christos really only has 13 minutes to even this thing up or take a lead.
Ball far side of the pitch. Good step by Lighting. Plays ahead. Wayland has Phillips on the run. A little too hard of an angle on it. He couldn't get there. Koss going to play out to Morgan. One thing Christos has done to try to counter Phillips is swing Morgan to the near side of the pitch. Almost having him shadow Phillips since coming on.
And Morgan, just from the eye test of what we've seen in this match, might be Christos' fastest player. Phillips obviously the fastest individual on the pitch for United. And Morgan, a veteran, likely just putting speed and experience against experience here if you're the Christos head coach. Trying to stifle whatever rhythm Phillips had going early on, and it's worked so far. No scores in about 30 minutes for United.
Potter steps and rolls to Ruddy. And Phillips hesitated. That one going to roll out. It'll be a throw-in for Christos.
And Phillips raises his hand, acknowledging that it was his fault. Ruddy yelled, "Phillips, go! Sam, go!" after that through ball attempt. You mentioned Phillips' a little hesitation. Could have been another good look for United. Instead, Christos with possession and needing a score.
Good tackle by Ruddy, pushes it out. It'll be a throw-in for Christos. 80th minute, 3-1, VBU leading.
And this United defense has improved from the early stages in the first half where it seemed almost discombobulated. Outside of the lone goal, or the lone goal for Christos, United's defense has really made very little mistakes and has made this Christos team frustrated. You can just tell by the body language that they display after every shot. This United defense doing its job late in this one.
Good chip far side, shot blocked by Lighting. They're going to say that went in to the arm. Christos wanted a PK opportunity off of that. Not going to get it. Set piece right on the edge of the box. They're second in this spot, first coming just on the other side of the field. We'll see what they're able to do with this one. Down by 2, under 10 minutes to play.
Christos was under the impression in the first half that the officials missed a handball. They get the call there, but not the call that they wanted, hoping for a PK. Instead, another set piece.
Into the box, that one wide. Not enough curve, and out. It'll be a goal kick for VBU.
United with a win jumps 3 points ahead of Charlottesville and will jump 3 points ahead of Lionsbridge. Lionsbridge not playing today. They'll have one less match played as we move into next week. But another historic season for United, and we talked about it pregame, Isaac. It would be the first time this club has reached the 7-win mark in its history. 2024 has been a historic year for Virginia Beach, and they just continue to look to add to it in the final 10 minutes of this matchup.
Coach Mills and company hoping to continue that run past setting a club high in wins this season, looking to potentially make their first appearance in the USL 2 playoffs as well. first or second place in the Chesapeake Division gives VBU an opportunity into the postseason.
And with the expanded USL too, Isaac, there are some instances for wild cards, ironically. But United not looking to leave its playoff hopes in fate's hands. We talked about it. It controls its own destiny, and they're looking to capitalize on every chance they get to make a run deep into this USL postseason.
Centering feed, chance. Koss comes all the way out. Ruddy settles top of the box. Good play by the Christos keeper. Ball still loose. Phillips can't get a shot off. Ruddy tracks it down. Dances away. VBU trying to put the pressure back on. They'll settle up by 2. Ruddy, middle of the pitch, feeds over. Quick pressure applied. Give and go. Chance into the box. Stoffel wasn't moving, wasn't in the spot where they thought he'd be. Miscommunication with McCloskey, and that one goes out. But it'll be a throw in to stay with VBU, 84th minute.
And if this score were to stand, Isaac, United came into tonight with the best goal differential in the division at +11. Charlottesville, the second place team with +9, drew a draw today against Nova FC. With these +2, it would be a 4-goal advantage in the differential department, which would be huge as United moved down the final stretch, and it did in fact come to a tiebreaker.
First tiebreaker head-to-head, but if that is split, then we move to goal differential. The ever-important number here for the side as Christos tries to center. That one off the defender. And it'll go out for a corner kick for the visitors. 85th minute, VBU up by 2.
Another set piece here for Christos. It's third of the half from the far side corner. Nothing yet on those as Ruddy heads it out.
Taking top of the box, skied, loose, and booted towards midfield. Phillips going to try to track it down. We've got a Christos player down, though, back outside the box after colliding with one of the VBU players. Trainer onto the pitch, but the aforementioned player back on his feet. 85th minute. VBU up by 2.
Isaac, we've touched on it. As we move down this season, a couple of these United leaders will be heading back to college, one of those being Sammy Murphy. So I'll actually pose the question to you of what you've seen so far. Who fills the Louisville Product shoes?
I think that's an easy layup there. Really no question the way he's played so far. There's really only one guy that has proved he should have that spot, and it's Phillips coming right in. We saw what he's able to do, but the good thing is you have the guys in Wayland as well as McCloskey who've shown that they can play if you want to keep Phillips coming off the bench second half. Some teams will refer to their subs as impact players, guys able to make an impact in the second half. So you look at the lineup and you've got guys that can do that. Really just comes down to what Coach Mills is looking for, but certainly Phillips has cemented himself as a player who can fill that void and can fill that spot when time comes.
I completely agree. I do think that Phillips has proven himself as that guy to fill Murphy's shoes. The best thing is for Coach Chris Mills is that he doesn't have to make that decision tonight. He'll have a friendly matchup on Wednesday before Virginia Beach heads to face Lionsbridge on July 6th, just a week from tonight. The game of the season for United will really dictate its fate as we move down the latter half of this 2024 USL 2 season. But Sam Phillips, if we're picking right now, has been the guy that has stepped up and really created energy and life for this United offense at times where it has seemed dark and dimmed. Another great point to bring up is that with the friendly Alex Moody has another week to recover from an apparent ankle injury that he suffered against DC United last Saturday.
Phillips chance right side, centering feed. Tipped off, gonna just be kept in. Morgan up the side, feeds over. Couple of substitutions to hit on quick for VBU as Aiden Cass comes in for Jonathan Lighting. Josh Nevins in as well.
PK Stoffel getting a break tonight.
Stoffel, another strong performance. That goal, as well as several other big momentum swings, big opportunities, a well-deserved early into his night. Ball goes down the side. Phillips not able to track it. Goes out to be a throw-in for Christos. 88th minute, entering the 89th. You mentioned it earlier. Certainly don't expect a ton of stoppage time. Anywhere in the realm of potentially, I would say, 3 to 5 minutes.
Even I think that might be a little generous, Isaac, considering what we saw in the first half. Granted, a couple players have gone down in this 45 minutes, but still not a whole lot of stoppage, especially compared to the first.
Ball intercepted on the run. Tridati showing off he's got wheels. Pass across. Wayland steps in. Shot blocked off the thighs of the defender. Ruddy will hold.
Good look there by Wayland, looking to make it 2 games in a row where he notches a goal. But I love to see Tridati scorching down the field like that. 89 minutes deep into this match, still has the energy to take on the entire Christos defense and create a play for his squad.
On the run, it's Ruddy, far side, centering feed. Phillips there, couldn't get it on goal, sends it out of the box. Another good look, and Ruddy, a good play from the far wing. Phillips almost had a tally to add to his 2 assists.
Would have been a legendary night and definitely would have cemented himself as the lucky Oyster man of the match. It's unsure who that will be, Isaac, but we can hypothesize all we want nonetheless. Another good look for United. Some kinks to clean out with finishing and with remaining on sides, but they can work those out on Wednesday before it heads to its showdown across the water with Lionsbridge.
90th minute, time running down. Of course, official time kept on the field. Christos trying to pass in, looking for a chance. Hard cross. Header up. Tridati going to track it down.
Official time is kept on the field.
Into stoppage time. We'll wait for word on how much. Long ball from Tridati up to midfield. As whistle nabbed on Christos. Chance for VBU. Final moments of this one, up 3-1. Looking to move to 7-1 on the season.
Aiden Cass, the one that drew that whistle. In his 6 minutes of playing time, he's been impactful all over the pitch.
Throw in for Christos. Final moments of this one. VBU up by 2. Back-to-back goals in a 2-minute span. Here in this second half, the difference. Wayland gives Phillips chance on the run. Looks, strikes it right off the post. What a night for Phillips. Make it 2 chances to add a goal to his stat line. And that one, don't think it could have hit the pipe more squarely than that. Score sits at 3-1 still, but Phillips, he's certainly making a mark for himself and making an impression on the coaching staff, his teammates, and the fans here in attendance tonight with his performance.
And Phillips doesn't usually miss the first one we saw, but 2 is shocking. 12 goals this year on the collegiate level, 1 so far in league play.
As the Christos defender not even offering to take the VBU attack out to dinner first on the far side. I think it was Owen Ruddy hogtied and thrown to the turf. Set piece for VBU. Time winding down.
As the USL season comes to a close, Isaac, that gentleman should give it football, American football, a try. A lot of spring workouts happening, OTAs in Richmond for the Washington Commanders. He might need to give him a call.
Into the box, Phillips header sends it wide, grazed off, and Michael Wayland was trying to convince the side man it was off of Christos, but it's going to go goal kick instead as they quickly move it. VBU trying to add a tally. Christos trying to weather this late storm and maybe get one back of their own. Chance here, it's Johnson. In a foot race, VBU wins, sends down the line. Phillips there, puts it out. As Christos tried to take the throw in about 30 yards upfield.
And that ball sailed right to Alex Moody, Ben Wilkinson, and Matt Fitzer sitting in the second deck. They gave their vocal appreciation to their teammate for trying to include them as they take the night off.
Ball far side, centering feed, header pushed out, Condit, and grazed ahead, Trinati. Gets on his horse and gets moving. Ball played down the sideline, Wayland trying to track it in. Gotta think we're approaching the end of stoppage time here, as we've played a solid 5 minutes since the clock hit 90.
If the officials are giving out gifts, I sure hope that we get something, Isaac, because they are awfully generous with the amount of time they are giving both teams.
Official checking his watches. That one was played back towards the attacking half of the pitch for United. Comes near side, Morgan. He sprints past Nevins. Cuts in. Whistle goes and chance off the reset for Christos.
This likely to be the last play, I would assume, Isaac.
We will see, as it's certainly been more stoppage time than I think either of us predicted. Phillips, the one-man wall, standing on the 20-yard line of the American football field. Ball played into the box, header pushed out. Christos tries to track it down, and that's going to do it as the final whistle goes. VBU takes this one by a final of 3-1 over Christos. And the boys in red and blue move to 7-1 on the season. They cap off what's been a very strong USL League 2 season here at home. Of course, one more home game to come later on as they host a friendly for Fan Appreciation Night on Wednesday. But this one, VBU 3-1 scoring. Bamba Hermoso got things going in the 33rd minute. Christos would answer before a pair of goals in the 48th and 50th minute from Ethan Taylor and PK Stoffel, both assisted by Sam Phillips, capped off the scoring. But VBU comes away with a big win.
Big win. They pick up 3 points. They now sit in first place in the Chesapeake Division alone from Lionsbridge. But the next USL 2 matchup is a big one, Isaac, and it's one that we've talked about since the opener on May 11th and moving forward. It's the rematch with the perennial powerhouse across the water. This has been a historic season for VBU. 7 wins, a new franchise record for a single season. And it only seems fitting that as we move down the stretch, the only way to make history is to beat Lionsbridge for the first time in 5 years.
The opportunity to control their own fate as it comes down to the USL League 2 playoffs. We mentioned the Lucky Oyster man of the match, couple of options. Who has your vote for man of the match here?
I got 2 ideas. It's either PK Stoffel or Sam Phillips. Stoffel was all over the pitch tonight, had a shot blocked by a Christos defenseman, but I'm going to have to give it to Sam Phillips. Coming off the bench to start the second half, ignited this United offense, 2 assists on the offensive side, 2 shots that rimmed off the post. You got to give it to the guy that's giving you energy off the bench and will likely play an increased role for you as we move down the latter half of this season. Sam Phillips has my vote.
And I'm right there with you, and that will do it for this one. Make sure to come out Wednesday for Fan Appreciation Night to cap off the home season, but things still very much in play. VBU could even host a playoff game depending how things shake out, so stay tuned. Appreciate you joining us. VBU tops Christos 3-1, taking this one from the Virginia Beach Sportsplex.